Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Mac.
And I'm Zach.
And today, for Stone Timber, we are going to rank our favorite
factions. Yes, so there are, we're including the expansion. I think, I've got both the expansions now, I don't remember which one it is.
The wind one, or?
Invaders from Afar, I think.
Oh, okay.
So we've got those two in there as well, so we are ranking 7 of the different factions. I don't know that we've both used all of them, because we did play the Rise of Fenris campaign, in which we did play a couple of them. I think we got to switch them up a little bit throughout that. So
yeah, I think I have played them all, but there's 2 that I think I've only played like once. So
yeah, I can't remember if I've played them all or not, but yeah, I think there are definitely ones that I've only played once, and there's some that I've played a few more times. So for this, I just kind of ranked them on my favorite ones, whether it be their ability or just the look of them. Yeah. I don't think there's any, I didn't put any scientific, like, oh, this is the best one, so this is the one that I have top, necessarily. But that may be the case. So, I guess you want me to lead off with my number 7?
Whatever.
Or do you want to lead us off?
I can lead off then, if you're asking. So, my number 7 is Albion from the expansion, Connor and Max. So I think they're supposed to be like a quasi-Scotland type one. So, yeah, the green pig one.
Ooh.
So, number 7 for me.
Is there any reason why it's your least favorite?
A couple of things. I feel like it's fun that it's Scottish. I love Scottish English things. But I'm just really not a fan of the big pig, and also the flag territory thing with them. I've only played it once, but I found it just a little bit overwhelming. So
yeah, well, I'm actually going to start with one of the expansion ones as well, but it's going to be the other one, which I believe is Akiko and Jiro. So the woman with the monkey, and I don't know, is this supposed to be...
It's the Tagawa Shogunate.
Oh yeah, Tagawa Shogunate. I don't know.
No, it's Shogunate.
Shogunate. Okay, so I guess where would you say they're from?
That's like Asia.
Yeah, some Asian influence. And this one kind of has a similar feel to the clan Albion, I think, where you're placing tokens out, whereas that one, I believe, was just like flags. This one is more you're putting traps out.
Yeah.
And I think this was one that I hadn't really played. I might have played once.
Zachary hogged this one in the...
So yeah, I just didn't know if... I don't know, there's something about... Maybe we'll see. Maybe both of the expansion ones that didn't. They felt like they were similar to each other.
Yeah.
But not necessarily the other ones.
They're pretty much.
But they kind of both play a little bit differently because they're the only ones that aren't initially blocked off by a river.
Yes, they have direct access to the factory.
So yeah.
So all right. Well, my number 6 is actually. Tagawa Shogunate. So the other expansion one, I just haven't played it enough. I do prefer this one though to Albion, and that is just because I prefer the tokens on this one better. But I do love the fact that these ones aren't water blocked. So
yes,
that's very nice.
Yeah. I would say those are probably considering in the campaign. I think your brother used one of them.
Every time.
And so I think that's probably why neither one of us have really played those ones that much.
And I think she played Albion too. She changed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to play those ones as much, but actually my number 6 is gonna come as. It's hard for me to even say it.
Wow.
Because I think it's one of my most played and one of my favorites.
How could you?
That is.
Oh.
Bjorn and Mox, the Nordic Kingdoms. I really like the look of this one. It's just something with their abilities being the water abilities. There's just something a little more difficult about understanding kind of how they can go back into those water places and how that kind of works on the board, I guess. I don't know that I've ever fully understood those, but that is one of my more played ones. So it is a little sad that it's this slow, but at the end of the day, there are only 7, so some are going to have to be on the lower end.
Yeah.
I do I do like that they are all different.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's tough because it is one of my more favorites, but I do actually like a lot of the different animal people combos in this game, so it's tough to rank them.
Yeah, it is. My number 5 is actually the Nordic Kingdom as
Wow.
well. So just a little one ahead of Zach on that one. I mean, it's hard not to love Bjorn and Mox. Like he's
thought
a
this
big,
one would be higher on your list.
he's a big old oxy. I love him.
Muskox.
Yes. So
I think.
this was the first one I actually ever played in this one. So I do like him a lot. I do struggle a little bit with the water, but I just don't think I've played him probably enough to put him up a little bit higher. Just because, like you said, I think it is a little bit difficult to play that when you don't do it quite frequently. So.
Yeah, and then my number 5 is Connor and Max with Clan Albion. I do actually like the look of the wild boar.
He's enormous.
I do like it quite a bit, but yeah, I think I preferred this flag one over kind of the putting out of the traps a little bit more, so that's why that one ended up there. And it's also green, which
it's one of his favorite player colors.
One of my favorite player colors, so that kind of wins me over a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not a big fan of the blue player color, but I do love their little hats for the Nordic Kingdoms. So
yeah. So now we're getting into the top 4. I wonder if we're going to have kind of different or how this is going to play out.
I'm not sure. So my number 4 is Saxony Empire. So Gunther, Noct, and Tog.
I guess while we're talking about it, this is also my number 4.
Really?
It is.
That's funny. I haven't honestly played them a lot just because I feel like you tend to gravitate towards Saxony or another one. And so
I think at the beginning of the campaign I was playing them.
And so I don't know, it's like the German faction, so it's fun, like, ooh, a German, kind of.
Yeah, what is it? Gunther, what are those again? Night and Day?
Yep.
Gunther, Night and Day.
Tog.
Yeah,
I think that's the White Wolf and the Dark Wolf.
Yes. So I probably like those names the best.
Yeah.
Because,
But I didn't.
The little knowledge of German.
So I'd like to play this one more, just so it's odd forward for me because I haven't played it a lot. But at the same time, I also am trying to be better at Sai, and I realized when looking at some of those combinations that Saxony actually is one of the best factions. Like it pairs very well with a majority of the.
What's it, that one?
It might be Crimea now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think it might be Crimea. I think that one actually is
but
one of the weaker
this
ones.
one does have a couple of powerful ones.
I think each one of them kind of has some powerful ones. Yeah, I think that one does also have some of the weakest ones. I don't remember.
Well, it all depends on how you use it, too.
It does. It all depends what it gets paired with.
It's hard to be a little woofy there. So. All right, so number 3?
Well, I'll do my 3 and see if you agree with me.
Okay.
With my number 3, I'm actually going to go with the Rusviet Union, Olga and Changa. So the tiger animal faction here, the Russians, where you can. It's probably one of my favorite powers, but I can see why it has a banned combo, and it is difficult to beat. I think even. If they don't get the best combo, just because it's the one where you can take the same action over and over, whereas most of the time you have to switch from one of the 4 actions that you used the prior turn to something else. So I really do find that really fun to play, but it definitely, I don't know, it feels sometimes a lot stronger than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But I think overall they're
in the right hands anyway.
Right, but yeah, I think the other ones have some good things as well. But I feel like this one might be one of the better ones if you're introducing someone to Scythe, just because that takes away that part of the game, the part that kind of forces you to kind of go back and forth that way. In case you were like, oh shoot, I really thought I could move twice or something. It doesn't all of a sudden now what do I do? So now I got to rethink.
Blessing and a curse though, because then you don't want to get used to being able to make the same movements.
Right.
So.
Right. That's true.
All right. So my number 3, and I'm just gonna say top 3 for all of us, for the both of us, are the girl faction. So girl power, woohoo!
Wow.
Come on, it's so cool. All right.
It's actually surprising. It's 4-3.
Yeah. So I love it though, because I'm like, yeah, representation. Okay, so my number 3 is Crimea, and I like this one. So I think this, like you said, I think this one I was mixing up with Saxony for the power thing. It's actually probably one of the more powerful factions as well.
I think that one's kind of mixed with Rusviet as some of the most powerful. Or I think they are the ones that have the banned combos.
Yes, and I mean, how cool is she? Her little figure has her little hawk here on her hand, and so her name is Zara and Kar, and so they just look, you know, bad. I love it. I do not love their mechs though, so that's kind of.
I guess I didn't really think about the mechs
stupid
when we were
tractor
doing this.
things.
Yeah, that.
Okay, they're not stupid. They just don't look as cool as the other ones.
That's true. I think that one might be the weakest looking mech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, she's cool.
It's a solid one.
Yeah.
Solid pick. What did that one do again for the bonus?
You get to spend a combat card as if it was a resource.
Yeah, that could be pretty powerful if you can get that combat card income coming in for when people take the... I don't remember what action it is that's associated with combat cards when you take off the little circle discs.
Yeah.
You can get combat cards as income.
Event things?
No, I have not played Scythe in a while. I'm trying to remember what that base is called. But yeah, once you clear those off, you can kind of get that as an income. But no, we will go to number 2.
What's your number 2?
My number 2, which is also giving away my number 1. My number 2 is the Republic of Poliana, Poland. I'm assuming Anna and Wojtek. So the bear faction. This might be one of the best looking combos. I think I really like that the bear. It just looks cool. That's got some little combat stuff on there and like a first aid kit. It almost looks like. I think it's based off like a real bear that was was helpful in some army or something.
Oh, really?
I think it's based off of something reality. So that's kind of cool. I think. I think it was just the pick up 2 options per encounter card. I think that's what brought it down a little bit for me. Their power. I do like that. I think that's another good one to have as a beginner one, because it's not really forcing you to do kind of too much planning. It's just kind of just get to a couple of those encounters and pick that. But yeah, I think it's a solid one still. It's just my number 2.
All right. Well, my number 2, and giving away my number 1, my number 2 is Rusviet. So, like Zach already talked about, Olga and Changa, and I just so cool. Oh, she got her little gun. She got her tiger, her huge tiger, sitting next to her, and she's just like, yeah, let's roll. And it's like. And I love that you get to do the same events or the same things, and they're a stronger faction, which I definitely need as not a great side player. So I just love coming to the table and get your little Russian guys with their little hats on, and you're just like, we're gonna dominate. I never do, but it's fun to think so.
That is true. Yeah, that's a solid choice, for sure. It's definitely one of the best ones in there. But really the best one, in my opinion, is Crimea. I think it's because this is the one that I used to possibly win the campaign, the Rise of Fenris campaign. It is definitely one of the stronger factions, depending on the combo that you get with it. And yeah, if you're able to use... if you can get a lot of combat cards and use those as resources, that can be extremely strong. And like you said, I really like the look of this one.
Yeah.
I really like the eagle or falcon or whatever, along with kind of an archer type fighter as well. I just find that really cool. But
yeah, she looks dope.
But now that you say about the mechs, those are not my favorite mechs.
Yeah, they're just like little tractors.
It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than some of the other ones.
Agreed. That probably helps it out. So my number 1 is Poliana and Anna and Wojtek, and you just cannot beat this little bear, okay? He's so cute. He's got a little pack on him that says his name on it. It says Wojtek right there.
Oh, wow.
It's like so cute. It's like I love bears too, so I was like, yeah, I gotta play this one. And I played it for Rise of Fenris for the most part, and until I switched to Rusviet, but I started off with this one, and oh man, just how cool to have a bear to go into battle with. Like, killer. Love it.
Yeah, and I think there's actually a video game that was set in this world called, I think it was Iron Harvest or something, and I think it's based on those two as well. I think she starts as her as a little girl, and then I don't remember, the mama bear might get killed or something, and then it's the baby cub, and then they stay together, I think, if I remember right. Something like that.
Well, he's a beast of a bear.
But yeah, I have not played it, but I think they did make a game based off of, and she's the main character. I don't know, I think maybe some of the other characters might be in there as well, but...
Yeah. I also just like the mech abilities and the special ability on this one too, so... I know we kind of talked about the look of them, but I do like the mech abilities on these ones, on the final three the most. So.
Yeah, I think overall all of them are really solid, and I really don't mind playing any of them.
Nope.
If I was given any of them to play, because they all bring a few interesting things to the table each time you play, which I really love in a game. And the artwork on them is amazing. It's always some of my favorite artwork, and that's, I think, what makes me kind of fine with playing whatever ones.
It is a little bit hard sometimes, though, when you play with others and they pick one of your favorites, and you're like, oh, dang it, please don't win with them if I'm not at the helm, because of my faction, or one that I like to play. So, but I need to push myself into playing, I think, some of these other ones that I didn't get to, because we were kind of locked into certain, to playing a certain amount of games with factions. So
yeah.
But
no, those were our rankings for our favorite Scythe characters in order. Definitely let us know in the comments below which ones we were definitely wrong on. What's your favorite factions, or what's the order of your favorite? She's never wrong. But otherwise, check out our other content on this.
Can't beat this bear.
That is going to be a tough one to beat. I feel like character-wise, I think a lot of people would probably pick those ones. Yeah. The combo is pretty cool looking. But yeah. Otherwise, check out our other videos as well for all of Stone Timber. We will have a few other side ones, along with everything else, Stonemaier Games. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. As always, don't forget to
keep on nibbling
on our content.